gang. We had another great discussion looking at bad examples of flyers and pointing out the design sins. And I really appreciate the variety of the kinds of messages that you guys seek out for our weekly discussions. On screen, you see a frequency graph. I thought it might be interesting as I went through this week's discussion just to kind of catalog how often we saw certain sins committed in the different designs that you guys shared. The number one sin that we saw committed on designs last week, tacky type. Thought that was kind of interesting. It seems that trends are shifting away. Once upon a time, it felt like the too many fonts issue was the number one issue. And while that's still number two, tacky type apparently is taking the lead. And our too many fonts issue is tied for trapped space in terms of sins committed. Behind that, we saw centering everything, which is a very common design mistake. And then the corners and cluttering, the four corners and cluttering issue popped in it with the 6 overall views. You'll notice that there's also an other category because I loved how many of you even pulled from our previous readings to identify issues that you found in the flyers. So it wasn't just exclusive to the conversation on layout sins, but even some of the practices that you've already been reading and learning about. So other sins included no tagline and having too much text. We saw that on at least one flyer with so much information. Overall, I think you guys have definitely done a great job of taking the information given to us in WISNY and begun to process it within your own context and begin to evaluate the designs around you. And I think that will set us up for some successful discussions as we continue through this semester. So, how about we turn to this week's topic?
Please use the links on screen to navigate to the section of the overview you wish to access.